Good day guys and welcome back to Poser's Full Movie Recaps. Our film today is a fantasy romantic comedy film about a teen who wakes up in her adult body after she wished to grow up fast. It all begins in a high school with a photographer taking a picture of an awkward teen Jenna. The man keeps getting her name wrong, so she tries to repeatedly correct him. Well, the result is, her picture was taken mid-sentence. When the prints come out, she feels devastated by the ugly end product of her photos. Her best friend Matt is another dorky teen, who surprises her by taking their photos together to document her 13th birthday. A moment later, a group of popular teens called Six Chicks walked up to Jenna and asked her about her pictures. The leader of the group Tom expresses her desire to go to her birthday party with Jenna's crush Chris, but they can't because they have a group project. Jenna feels disappointed, but she gets the hint and agrees to write their report for them, so they can attend the party. While walking home with Matt, her best friend cannot believe that she invited the Six Chicks to her party. Jenna says that they are her friends too, but Matt disagrees, saying that they are not her friends. Jenna stands her ground, saying that she wants to belong with them, the cool girls at school. Later, Jenna starts to get ready for her party. Her parents are all excited and start filming her. But the teen is upset about her looks, so her mom tried to comfort her and tells her that even though she doesn't look like a model in Poise magazine, she is beautiful in her own way. Jenna still expresses her desire to look like the models, which says 30, flirty, and thriving in one of the articles in the magazine. Before the party, Jenna goes to their basement and dances to Michael Jackson's Thriller. Matt arrives with his birthday present to Jenna, a dollhouse with furniture and cut-out pictures of themselves. He also gives her wishing dust so she can make a wish for her birthday. Their moment gets interrupted and the doorbell ring, which excites Jenna and hides Matt's gift in the closet to give way to the dance floor. As the Six Chicks enter, they dump their coats on Jenna without any care for the birthday girl. Jenna still feels ecstatic, especially when she sees her crush coming with her friends. Everyone is dumbfounded when they see Matt dancing in the basement, so Tom quickly turns off his music and starts to insult Matt to make the teen leaves. Tom tricked Jenna to play 7 Minutes in Heaven, saying Chris wants to play, blindfolding her to the closet and telling her that someone is going to come inside and they can do whatever they like for 7 straight minutes, but also asks the girl where their project is. After she closes the closet, Tom takes their project and leaves with everyone. When Matt returns, Tom says that Jenna is waiting for him in the closet. Matt goes inside the closet and he is mesmerized by her, so he leans to kiss Jenna. But the moment gets ruined when she whispers Chris's name. Jenna is upset when she realizes that everyone is gone, and accuses Matt of doing something to make them leave. She pushes Matt out of the closet and locks herself inside. She put the blindfold back while shouting that she hates herself and everybody else. She also added that she wants to be 30, flirty, and thriving like those models in her magazine while knocking some wishing dust into her. Jenna falls asleep chanting what she wants, and when she wakes up, she is shocked to see herself in an unknown room and looking like her adult self in the mirror. She finds some bills in her name, realizing that she is really an adult living in an apartment. She quickly calls her parents, but the call goes straight to voicemail saying that they are in the Caribbean. She hears someone in the bathroom, so she naturally wants to defend herself by taking an umbrella as a weapon. The man named Alex comes out of the bathroom with just a towel, and when he removes it, Jenna lost it and runs outside. Still very confused with everything, Lucy sees Jenna and tells her to get in the car so they won't be late. Even though Jenna feels uncomfortable getting into a stranger's car, she does so anyway. Inside, Jenna tries to explain that she's supposed to be 13, but Lucy doesn't believe her and she thinks that Jenna is just having a hangover. When they step out of the car, Lucy reminds her that they have a meeting in 10 minutes, and Jenna will handle it like the big-time Poise magazine editor that she is. Jenna is astonished to learn that all her dreams seem to come to life, and even feeling confused, she enters the building and goes to the meeting. When Jenna's assistant brings her breakfast, she secretly asks her to look for Matt, hoping that she can get some answers from him. The meeting starts and their boss Richard discusses how their rival magazine called Sparkle has been mimicking their designs and possibly getting information from inside their company itself. Richard also asks everyone to prepare for their party tonight, so they can make a statement and prove that they are still trendy. When he asks for Jenna's opinion, she still can't keep up with everything, so she excuses herself to go to the comfort room. Out of the meeting, she hides in her office instead, where she sees a collection of signed autographs from some famous personalities. She gets interrupted when her assistant knocks on the door and informs her that her mother called. She asks why she didn't tell her earlier, and the nervous assistant answers that she forbids her from bothering her with family calls. Jenna is shocked but pulls Arlene inside when she tells her that she found some information about Matt. She quickly runs outside once she got a hold of Matt's address, and rushes into his apartment. Matt is surprised to see Jenna and hesitantly lets her in. Jenna immediately hugs her supposed best friend and learns that he pursued his passion for photography. She explains that she wakes up in her adult body and remembers nothing of her past life. She asks Matt to help her remember her life, but he cannot do that because they stopped being friends since her 13th birthday. He instead offers to walk her home when he sees that Jenna is shocked and confused. On their way, he explains that they've gone their separate ways and the last time he saw her was through a frosted window 6 years ago. When they reach the apartment, Matt says goodbye, but Jenna doesn't feel ready to be alone and invited Matt into her apartment. Jenna finds out that she became one of the 6 chicks by looking at their old yearbook, and Matt comments that she was basically their leader. She also learns that Lucy is in fact Tom and realizes that she got everything she ever dreamed of. Seeing that Jenna seems to be back to her old self, Matt bids farewell, but before he leaves, Jenna invites him to tonight's party. Jenna prepares for the party and styles herself the way she remembers the 80s models. She excitedly checks out her walk-in closet and amazes by how many clothes and accessories she has. Leaving her apartment, she confidently walks the hallway while wearing a colorful dress, large accessories, and a funky hairstyle. She smiles and talks to her 13-year-old neighbor named Becky at the elevator, and the girl is surprised because Jenna never talks to her before. At the party, Jenna excitedly meets with Lucy while enjoying some piña colada without realizing that the party is a failure. Lucy tells her this and states that it's 11 o'clock and the people are already leaving. A moment later, the editor-in-chief of Sparkle magazine approaches them and starts to insult Poise. After she leaves, Richard asks the 2 women to do something for the party, so they can stop the guest from leaving. Jenna suggests changing the music, and Richard tells her that she can play any music that her heart desires, as long as she can make the guests start dancing. Jenna walks to the DJ and requests Michael Jackson's song Thriller. As she heads to the dance floor, everyone watches her, so she awkwardly starts dancing to the tune. She suddenly sees Matt among the guests and calls for him to join her on the dance floor. Matt hesitantly dances with her, and as the music goes by, the guest starts joining them, making the party livelier. Even Richard and Lucy join them, but Matt finds himself out of place, so he discreetly made his exit. In the next few days, Jenna splurges on some shopping and spends her day in a park. She starts reading a book entitled Magazine Publishing for Dummies, to learn more about her actual job. One night at a restaurant, Lucy tells Jenna that a cute guy is eyeing her. But with Jenna's 13-year-old mind, she mistakes it to be the kid sitting at a nearby table, so when she approaches the kid, Lucy quickly whisks her away to avoid scandal. Outside, they spot Jenna's supposed boyfriend Alex while he is surrounded by fans, and learn that he is a hockey player. Suddenly, Matt walks by and apologizes to Jenna for leaving the party early. He introduces his fiancée Wendy, who revealed that they are moving out of the city after the wedding. When Alex joins them, Jenna introduces the pair awkwardly, and Alex takes her back to his place. When the man starts to make a move on Jenna, she shies away and instead asks him to play Battleship. He thinks that Jenna is playing hard to get, so he plays some music and starts to dance while stripping his clothes. Jenna tries desperately to look away and throws a pillow at him. The next day at work, Richard tells them about their continuously low profit, so they must redesign into something new to boost their sales. While the other employees thought that redesigning is a death sentence to their magazine, Jenna thinks otherwise and sees the potential of having fun in creating something new. When Arlene gives her messages for the day, all she hears are nasty messages from her rivals. When Alex calls her for dinner, she tries hard to avoid him and makes up some excuses. She starts working on a redesign but gets interrupted again when a colleague's husband named Pete asks to see her. After closing the door, Pete immediately tries to kiss her, so she pushes him away. She reminds him that he is married, but the man answers that it didn't stop them from hooking up last week. Disgusted with what she learns, Jenna kicks him in the groin when he tries to pursue her again. When she walks away, she overhears Lucy talking to a colleague badmouthing her, and trying to work on a design without her. She feels heartbroken by this and later invites Matt for a walk. She asks Matt if his fiancée Wendy is his soulmate, but the man answers that he doesn't believe in such things. Jenna keeps on asking more questions, and finally, she asks the most important one, why they never stayed friends. Matt remembers and starts telling Jenna that after the 7 Minutes in Heaven disaster, he played a birthday song to her, but she just threw the doll house at him and she never spoke to him again ever. Jenna feels really bad about it and profusely apologizes to Matt, while the man says that it's okay because it's all in the past. She adds that she figure out what kind of person she is right now, and tells him that she is not a kind person. She sleeps with a married man, doesn't have any real friends, and is estranged from her own parents, so he should stop being nice to her. On the next day, Jenna visits her old family home and goes straight to the basement closet and just sits there crying. A moment later, her parents get home and they hear Jenna in the basement. When they come to see her, Jenna hugs her dad and stays for the night. In the morning, Jenna asks her mother if she ever thought of changing anything in her past. She answers no because she regrets nothing, not even her mistakes. She adds that if she hadn't made those mistakes, she wouldn't learn how to correct them. Jenna, feeling refreshed after spending some time with her parents, goes back to her apartment. She browsed their yearbook again and noticed that most of the photo was taken by Matt. A brilliant idea comes to her and spends most of her day planning for the redesign. When she comes across Lucy, the woman claims that she is trying to reach her and reveals that she is working on her own design. Jenna tells her that she doesn't mind and just smiles at her fake friend. Later, she meets Matt at the park and surprises him with a job offer. He thought that she is doing him a favor, but Jenna informs him that she is the one asking him for a favor because she loves his work. When Matt points out that his style is way different from their magazine, Jenna replies that it is exactly what she needs. The two start organizing their models and theme while having fun doing their work. They once again become closer to each other and spends the whole week taking various photographs of a school theme for the class of 2004. At the end of the week, they look at the photos together and Matt suddenly had second thoughts about getting close to Jenna. He tries to leave but Jenna asks him to get some Razzles candy with her, remembering their childhood. Getting nostalgic, Matt tells Jenna that he enjoys working with her that week, and Jenna replies that he is the sweetest guy she has ever known. The two go to a swing and set a date to meet on Friday, to celebrate their success on Jenna's redesign magazine. The night ends with a kiss but Matt stops, probably remembering that he is currently engaged to someone else. Later, Jenna shares her experience with Becky and her friends during a sleepover. When the girls ask her if she loves him, she tells them that their situation is complicated. The next day, Jenna starts to work on the new concept for their magazine, while Matt seems disappointed when his fiancée surprises him and realizes that she is not Jenna. During the presentation to the bosses, Lucy presents hers first using a projector, but Richard seems to be disappointed. When it is Jenna's turn, she presents her redesign using a more traditional presentation with a board and cutout pictures. She argues about using real women rather than models that they are never going to meet, and this can bring back the authenticity of their magazine. Everyone is impressed with her idea, and Richard prays and congratulates Jenna. After this, Jenna excitedly leaves the building and misses Matt's arrival. Meanwhile, a jealous Lucy snoops around into Jenna's office and finds mail from Sparkle, and gives them a call. As Matt enters into Jenna's office, he finds Lucy instead of his friend, who tells him that Jenna decides to drop him and goes into a more established photographer. She even asks for Matt's signature to sign a general release of his pictures. Feeling hurt, he quickly signs it and leaves. Unaware of what happened, Jenna gets ready to meet Matt and even ignores the rain outside. Wendy greets her at the door, who informs Jenna that she will relay her message to Matt as he is out picking up his tuxedo for the wedding on the next day. At work, Jenna practices her speech for another presentation, but Richard informs her that it is over because Lucy steals all her ideas and sells them to Sparkle, so they will make her their new editor-in-chief. When Jenna confronts Lucy about it, she gets more shock upon learning that she herself was the one leaking pieces of information to Sparkle, and the whole reason why their magazine is failing. Even distraught, Jenna asks her about Matt and Lucy tells her what she has told the man. She leaves the building but gets sadder when she sees Matt's photograph on the bus for Sparkle's advertisement. Jenna quickly calls for a cab and recognizes the driver as Chris, her childhood crush. Before she reaches her destination, she runs out of the cab into Matt's childhood home where the wedding is being prepared. Jenna sneaks into Matt's room to clear up Lucy's deception and adds that she is no longer the awful person she thought herself to be earlier. She mournfully expresses some of her feelings to him, and Matt replies that he felt the same in the past few weeks, but realizes that they cannot just turn back the time and they have to return to the reality of the present time. He adds that they already live their separate lives for so long, and Wendy's family is downstairs and he is choosing Wendy. Jenna feels devastated but accepts Matt's decision. Matt remembers something and he gives the dollhouse back to Jenna, which he kept all these years. Before Jenna leaves, Matt confesses that he will always love her. Outside, Jenna sits on the porch and listens as the wedding commences. She reminisces about her old life and cries while she wishes that she can go back once again. The wind blows the wishing dust and the next thing Jenna knows, she is waking up in the basement closet still blindfolded in her 13-year-old self. When young Matt opens the door, Jenna happily embraces her friend and gives him a kiss. When she comes across the young Tom on the stairs, Jenna rips the report she made for her and tips her drinks into her dress. Years later, Matt and Jenna get married and move to their dream home, which they pattern from Jenna's dollhouse. Thank you for watching our today's film. Don't forget to subscribe for more upcoming full movie recaps.